I'm often asked, is vitamin A good for menopause? A spoiler alert, yes, it's very good. Even though it may not be the first vitamin most women think of in regards to menopause, it is one I highly value and often recommend. Stay tuned to learn more. You're listening to Menopausenaturalsolutions. This is episode 154. To Menopause Natural Solutions, your podcast for all things perimenopause, menopause and beyond. Stay tuned as your host, Naturopath Jennifer Harrington, explains how to use natural therapies to find your ultimate health and happiness during your transition. Welcome. It's so good to have your company today. I'm Jen, your podcast host and huge fan of vitamin A. Vitamin A is a fat-soluble vitamin. It is a part of the family that includes vitamin D, vitamin E, and vitamin K. Remember this as we go along, as they work together and are often supplemented together unless you have a higher need of one of them over the others. Please don't confuse beta-carotene with vitamin A. Vitamin A is retinol and is solely derived from animal sources such as butter, cheese, egg yolk, ghee, organ meat, and some seafood sources like eel. Whereas beta-carotene and the rest of the carotenoid family are sources of provitamin A. This may, in the right conditions, be able to be converted to weaker amounts of vitamin A. But these days with genetic testing, it has been discovered that more and more people are missing the specific enzymes needed for this conversion and need to top up with actual vitamin A. SNPs to consider here are connected with the BCMO1 genes. One of the reasons I love vitamin A is for its ability to restore health to your mucous membranes. Think of all the areas of your body that could potentially become dry, such as your vagina, your skin, your eyes, your mouth, your nasal passages, your lungs, and your digestive tract. One study from the University of Massachusetts tried applying a vitamin A cream vaginally for postmenopausal women suffering from vaginal atrophy. All women in the treatment group of this study reported various degrees of relief of their symptoms. This is because vitamin A improves vaginal epithelial health at a cellular level. Remember when I said vitamin A worked together with the other fat-soluble vitamins? I often recommend a combination of vitamins from this family to be made up as a vaginal pessary, or you might know this as a suppository. This works really well as a hormone-free option for women looking for improved vulvovaginal health and lubrication. Skin is another area that becomes drier with age, and vitamin A, either orally or topically, may help restore moisture and normalize the appearance of pigmentation, promote collagen and elastin formation. Anyone who has suffered from acne as a teenager might remember its use to help reduce acne. How are your eyes? Many women experience dry eyes during their menopausal transition. Vitamin A can assist with eye lubrication, but it's more importantly needed for vision, especially night vision, and it may play a role in reducing the risk of age-related macular degeneration. I would even go as far as to say that vitamin A is possibly the most important vitamin in regards to eye health and vision. Is anyone experiencing dry mouth? Vitamin A is needed by your salivary glands to produce saliva. It is also needed for the production of enamel on your teeth. How about dry nasal cavities? Vitamin A is thought to restore the nasal mucous membranes and increase the production of nasal secretions. It is also thought to help restore the sense of smell. And this is an area of vitamin A research with increased interest due to the number of people experiencing post-viral loss of smell. In this case, it's a nasal vitamin A drops that they are using. Vitamin A is also involved in lung health. It is needed for the regeneration and maintenance of your respiratory mucous membranes. Having adequate levels is linked with better respiratory health, lower levels of asthma, decreased allergies, and fewer infections. It might even reduce a persistent cough by protecting your mucous membranes from cough-producing irritants. And then there is your digestive mucosa. Vitamin A again helps to restore its integrity, and by doing this helps to reduce intestinal inflammation and intestinal permeability, aka leaky gut. It may also be protective against intestinal infections and beneficially influence your immune response in general. While we were talking about immunity, vitamin A deficiency has been linked to an array of autoimmune conditions, including rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, and thyroiditis. In regards to general thyroid health, vitamin A is needed for the activation of your thyroid hormone receptors. Correlation studies have linked lower vitamin A levels with lower thyroid function and the development of a goiter. Vitamin A's role in gene transcription and cellular regeneration comes in very handy when we examine the health of your brain. It has been suggested that vitamin A may improve age-related cognitive declines and memory deficits by enhancing neural plasticity. Vitamin A is a great team player. It is known to enhance the action of your minerals. It works synergistically with iron to reduce the risk of anemia. Vitamin A enhances the uptake of iodine by the thyroid gland, and it has an interesting relationship with calcium. Too much vitamin A can increase calcium in the blood by removing it from your bones, but too little vitamin A and things are even worse for your bones. The moral of the story involving vitamin A and calcium is balance. Not too much, but certainly not too little either. Vitamin A and zinc coexist together, and each requires the other to reach its potential. When it comes to deficiency, some women are at higher risk than others. Deficiency may be due to a low dietary intake, such as that of a vegetarian diet. Some individuals have the inability to convert beta-carotene to vitamin A. There could be inadequate fat in the diet or fat maldigestion. Remember, this is a fat-soluble vitamin and needs fat in order to be absorbed and utilized by the body. Chronic exposure to toxins such as cigarette smoke and excessive alcohol consumption can accelerate the use of your vitamin A stores. Women with higher BMIs tend to have lower levels of all fat-soluble vitamins as their adipose tissue sequesters them away. Did you know too much vitamin A can be lethal? Vitamin A likes to be stored in the liver, and if you're an Arctic explorer eating the liver of polar bears, you could be in big trouble. The other way to take in too much is by taking a high-dose supplement for long periods of time. Please remember that all supplements come with cautions, interactions, and contraindications. Please don't take large doses of vitamin A without the supervision of a healthcare practitioner. Vitamin A has 3 big medication interactions worth mentioning. The first is with blood-thinning medications like warfarin, as it can potentiate its action. Don't take it with other retinoid drugs, such as Accutane, as this increases your risk of toxicity. Finally, weight loss medications like Xenical block the absorption of fat together with all of your fat-soluble vitamins. A quick recap on vitamin A. It loves mucous membranes. It brings hydration to all the potentially dried out parts of your body. On top of this, it modulates the immune system by improving poor immunity and calming down an overactive autoimmune response. It helps your brain stay young and flexible while assisting your minerals to do their jobs. So you can see why I'm a fan of vitamin A, and I hope you are too. That's it from me today. Until next time, bye for now. Thank you for listening to Menopause Natural Solutions. This podcast contains general information about menopause. It is provided as a guide, and it is not intended to replace medical advice. Opinions of guests are their own, and this podcast does not endorse or accept responsibility for statements made by guests. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please share it with a friend.